Becky Lynch has not been seen since the May 27th episode of WWE RAW last year. She battled Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship, but that bastard Dominic Mysterio interfered and cost her the match.
What a cheap shot by Mysterio! What is that? What is that? What is that?
She lost to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 40, but the Eradicator was forced to relinquish the title due to injury shortly after the PLE. Lynch went on to win a Battle Royal to become the new Women's World Champion later that year. She had a brief title reign as Women's World Champion before dropping it to Liv Morgan at King and Queen of the Ring last year in Saudi Arabia. Lynch then lost the rematch in a steel cage on May 27th and has not been seen since. Big Time Bex has been keeping busy during her time away, releasing a New York Times best-selling memoir. She's also been cast in Star Trek Starfleet Academy on Paramount+.
Live long and prosper.
During her time away, she's also reached a new deal with the company. She signed a new contract. She'll likely spend the rest of her wrestling career in WWE. While Becky Lynch hasn't been seen on WWE television in recent months, CM Punk has made multiple references to her during his rivalry with her husband, WWE RAW star Seth Rollins. During the build to the steel cage match between Punk and Rollins last week on Raw, Punk told Lynch to come get her husband before he puts him in a wheelchair.
Becky Lynch, you better come get your man. I'm going to put him in a wheelchair.
The Second City Saint lost to Seth Rollins in the steel cage match last week on Raw due to Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief returned for the first time since the Men's Royal Rumble match, where he was attacked by Seth Rollins after he was eliminated. He dragged the Visionary out of the steel cage, resulting in Rollins getting the win because technically he escaped. And it sure seems like we're heading towards Reigns versus Rollins versus Punk at WrestleMania. But it also appears that Becky Lynch is not in the plans for the show of shows at all. She's just not going to be featured at the biggest show of the year next month. However, if she were to compete at WrestleMania, there is an option. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria defeated Lynch at Halloween Havoc 2023 to become the NXT Women's Champion, and they could reignite their rivalry on the main roster. Valkyria has proven to be a great in-ring worker, but maybe a rivalry with Lynch could help take her to a next level, maybe get the best out of her in terms of promos on the road to WrestleMania 41. Also, if CM Punk and Seth Rollins continue their rivalry after WrestleMania, it could lead to the return of Becky Lynch. AJ Lee is married to CM Punk. She hasn't wrestled in like over a decade, but fans still want to see her back. They're still holding out hope, and hell, it's the wrestling business. We'll probably eventually see it. Becky Lynch could interrupt CM Punk the next time he name drops her on Raw, get in his face, trade words with the former AEW World Champion. This could also lead to AJ Lee returning to the company as well and setting up a dream mixed tag team match between Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins versus AJ Lee and CM Punk. Well, that's a dream scenario. I think the most likely return date for Becky Lynch is the Raw after WrestleMania 41. It's one of the best crowds of the year. There's a bunch of smart fans in attendance. They're going to be pumped to see Becky Lynch if she returns there. Raw after WrestleMania also signifies the beginning of a new season for the company, a fresh start, and I just can't think of a better spot for her to return if they don't have plans for WrestleMania. How do you think WWE should book Becky Lynch's return? Would you be interested in a dream match? AJ Lee, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. You want to see her face Lyra Valkyria on the main roster? Does that do anything for you? Let me know how you would book Becky Lynch's return in the comments section below. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Thank you so much for watching.